Recharge. This is Sarah Nolan here, and I'm super excited about our topic this week, which is clarity, the art of clarity. And we're going to be talking about what is clarity and how do you know if you have it, because it can be very subtle and you may think that you may think that you have it when in fact you're still seeing this distorted view of reality. Why it's so important for business owners and high achievers to have clarity, and what is clouding your vision. We're going to dive deeply into that, and then ways to increase your clarity, and we're going to do this guided clarity process. So I'm super excited to take you on this clarity journey this week. We're going to go really deep into each topic, and after each video, we're going to go to a Zoom meeting. So if you have Zoom, if you don't have it, you should download it. And then if you do have it, I'll share a link with you so that we can chat a little bit over video or audio chat. So really excited about that. We did a lot of Zoom chatting last week and it was so fun. Everybody got to know each other a bit, and I got to really connect with you guys face to face, which was awesome. So welcome, Tess and Jacqueline. So glad you could make it this evening. So tonight we're talking about, first of all, tell me if the audio is okay, in the video is okay. Let me know if you can hear me and see me. So this evening we're talking about what exactly clarity is. If you could sum it up in like one phrase or one sentence, I'd love to hear what you think it is. So clarity is the ability to see reality without any beliefs, judgments, or wounds blocking your vision. Clarity is an accurate view of reality without any beliefs, judgments, or wounds blocking your reality. And we're going to dive more into what that is on the third day. We're going to be diving more into what exactly that is and what happens and how that clouds your reality. But basically, clarity is seeing life for what it is and not making it better than it is, not making it worse than it is, but just seeing it for what it is. And then having the ability from that place to have a positive projection, meaning I see the reality of what's going on in front of me, and this is how we can move it into a positive space, regardless of what it is. Now, our brains are only perceiving like 0.001% of what is actually there. If we were perceiving everything, just look around you right now. Think about this. You're only seeing 0.001% of what's actually there. If you were taking in everything, your brain would explode because it would be too much. You wouldn't be able to focus on a thing. And that's, one reason that highly intelligent people tend to have a hard time focusing, because they just have such a high awareness of their surroundings a lot of times. And so it can make it really hard to focus. But even then, it's a very small percentage of what's actually there. So my question to you is, how does your brain decide what to focus on and what to perceive? If it's only taking in, that small percentage, there are physical limitations to what like light waves and what waves our eyes can see physically. But then think about how, just look around your room right now and notice something that you have never seen before. Like, look for something new. I'm going to look around, right? Oh, I see something right there. I have some stones on the table on the side, and there's this green stone. I haven't seen that for weeks, and it's been there the whole time, and I've been in this room the whole time, and I've never seen that. So the question is, how does your brain decide what to focus on? And these, beliefs, judgments, and wounds play a really big part in that. And that's what we're going to talk about in a couple of days. Tonight, we're going to talk about, we're talking about what exactly clarity is. And so it's the ability to see the reality without having the judgments, without having those wounds and the beliefs block your vision. So how do you know when you have clarity? Because a lot of times, we think we're seeing reality. We think we know the way things are, but then we find out later that, we were wrong, that actually it wasn't so bad, or actually it maybe was worse than we thought because our head was in the sand, or we were avoiding or whatever. But we found out later that it wasn't what we thought it was. So how do you know if you have real clarity? There are a couple of ways a couple signs that will show you that. And one is when you find yourself taking massive action without any hesitation. That hesitation is fear, it's doubt, it's a limiting belief. And have you ever been like in the zone where you don't even realize you're moving? You don't even realize what you're doing because it's happening so naturally. Could happen when you're working, when you're making something, when you're making something creative, when you're exercising, and you're just working and there's no hesitation, there's no fear. You just dive right in, and it's like your body's in sync, your mind's in sync, everything is just working like a machine. Have you ever experienced that before? So that is one experience of clarity. And also, so that's, I guess you could say that's more of a physical example. A mental example of clarity is when you have an aha moment. It's like for a second, the veil has been lifted or it's been pulled to the side, and you can suddenly see what you never saw before. You have a realization, or you can suddenly see that, you find the answer, because everything that you need is inside of you right now. And all of the answers you need are right here inside of you. But we've just got all these barriers and all these blocks that are hiding it from us. So we'll have this clarity, which is like an opening, and then there it is. And we have it as like, oh my gosh, like the light bulb moment, right? So that's, I could talk about this for a long time. I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of insight about what clarity is and how to know if you have it. You don't have it if you find yourself resisting or hesitating, or you feel like something's there, but you just don't know what it is, or something's wrong and you don't know what it is. So those are some signs that you don't have clarity. And we're going to talk a little bit later this week how to gain clarity on, a lot of times it happens by accident, but you can bring clarity into your life and into your mind. So we're going to talk about that a little bit later. So if you guys have questions and you want to talk a little bit more about this, I'd love to hear your stories and I'd love to hear your experiences. I'm going to open a Zoom meeting. Let me see. I'm going to get that set up right now. See if I can. Oh, okay. I'm going to get that started now, and then I'll bring you in. So stay here for a second. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to put the link in the comments. and come join me in the Zoom chat so we can talk like face to face, and I can, we can talk about your experiences and answer questions. All right, thanks so much for joining me, and we'll talk again soon.